From the Sunshine State in Florida, this is Research Squares. Welcome to Research Squares, brought to you by the Prospect Research Institute and sponsored by iWave, the industry's top-rated fundraising platform. iWave enables nonprofits to fundraise with confidence. Hi, I'm Jennifer Filla, President and founder of the Prospect Research Institute. I want you to know that it is part of the Research Pride Month celebration and the event Fundraising and Research Better Together that was put together in collaboration with Apra Florida and Staupell Analytics. Now, this is the first time that we've done anything like this, and the whole purpose of this is to bring awareness of prospect research, fundraising research, and to have a lot of fun while we're doing it. So one of the things that has happened is that we only have one of our contestants here today. So I know that Ruthie Giles, if you are in the audience, you can certainly put something in the chat and our producer will bring you on as contestant number 2. If you are interested in the audience and being a contestant, put it in the chat and you could be in line to win AirPods as well as some other prizes. So that's our surprise for today. And now I am just so thrilled to introduce to you a group of amazing celebrities. All of them are innovators in the fundraising and research space. We have Regina Alasan, CEO of Research Pro. Melissa Brown, Principal at Melissa S. Brown and Associates, LLC. Jason Briggs, Co-founder, Pyro Talk CIC and Consulting Partner at BWF Europe. Clay Buck, Founder and Consultant at TCB Fundraising. Yolanda Johnson, Founder at Women of Color in Fundraising and Philanthropy, otherwise known as WOKE, and President at YFJ Consulting, LLC. We have
I'd love to wave hello. Can you let me onto the screen? I just want to make sure I'm here for this wonderful event.
Great. You are definitely here. You're in the middle of our introductions. And if you could put your question in the chat, Gayla, our producer, will be happy to help you. We also have Karen E. Osborne, author and senior strategist at the Osborne Group. Marianne Pelletier, managing director at Staupell Analytics Group. And Christina Pulowski, senior director, management consulting at the Zuri Group. Those are our fantastic celebrities today. And last but not least, I have one more person to introduce, our Square Master today. Mark Knoll is Executive Director of Development Operations at Stetson University. And Mark, I'm going to let you take it away.
Okay, good afternoon or good evening, depending on where you are. And welcome to Research Squares, the greatest game show in the history of prospect research. So without further ado, let's meet our contestants. Representing X is our mystery contestant. Has anybody been chosen yet, Jeff?
I'm going to throw that out to our producer.
I have Ruthie here.
Wonderful.
Okay.
So Ruthie, do you want to tell us who you are?
Sure. Hi, I'm Ruthie Giles. I'm Associate Director of Advancement Services at Westfield State University in Massachusetts.
Welcome.
Okay. And representing O, we have Ruben Schmitz, a novice prospect researcher and analyst who enjoys his life in the great state of Wisconsin. Let's go over the rules. Research Squares is like playing tic-tac-toe. The contestants want to get 3 celebrities in a row, either across, down, or diagonally. Questions will be asked to the contestant to decide whether the celebrity is giving the correct answer or making one up. If the player guesses incorrectly, they do not get the square, but neither does their opponent. If the contestant is unsure of an answer, each player has one opportunity to poll the audience. In the event of a tie, a steel cage death match, excuse me, that's tomorrow's event. In the event of a tie, the next player who correctly answers a question will be declared the winner of the event. Are we ready to start?
I believe we are.
Okay, well,
Kayla?
Ruthie, since you are now X, you get to pick the first celebrity.
Okay, let's go with Regina.
All right.
Regina, true or false, the internet search engine like Google can find 80% of what you need to know about a prospect and cultivate them to ask for a gift.
Oh, absolutely false. I use DuckDuckGo and I use Yahoo. There are so many other things available.
Ruthie, agree or disagree?
I would agree.
By some estimates, 80% of the information available on the internet is not available through Google searches. It is hidden in the dark web in places like subscription websites that have paywalls or databases that are closed to Google. X gets the square.
All right.
Okay, Ruben, please pick a celebrity.
We'll go with Yolanda.
Yolanda. Yes or no?
I think we're having a technical issue. That was me that said earlier I couldn't get onto the screen, but I'm here and I'm excited to be here. Technology.
Okay. Yolanda, the question is yes or no. I've heard people refer to prospect. I'm sorry. I've heard people refer to prospect research as creepy or like spying on someone. Can research databases like iWave know the unexpected things about me?
I'm going to say no.
Can we get some samples of unexpected?
Ruben, agree or disagree?
Yeah, well, to that point, it depends how you define unexpected, but I would agree with no if it's based on information that's not publicly available.
Tools like iWave use public information. There are many nonprofit companies that can know more about personal details such as credit reports, internet search history, or social media details. Prospect research has high ethical standards and does not access any kind of data that is private. Circle gets the square.
Hey.
All right.
Okay, Ruthie, back to you. Pick a celebrity.
I'm gonna go with Melissa.
Melissa, your question is true or false? It is best practice to use gift capacity ratings to populate development officers' prospect portfolios.
Melissa, you're on mute.
Thank you all for your patience. So gift capacity ratings are what it's all about. How else would you know how much to ask for? You can set up a pledge right away if you ask for the right amount based on the gift prospect of the capacity rating.
Ruthie, agree or disagree?
I guess I agree.
Gift capacity ratings need to be verified by research or by an outreach or both.
Oh,
Some
I would
consider
verify.
giving history to your organization an even more important indicator than gift capacity. As per the rules, nobody gets the square in this case.
all right.
Ruben, back to you.
I will go with Jason.
Jason, way over on the big pond. What popular statistical modeling technique that compare non-donors to donors and identify good prospects? Is it A, standard deviation, B, regression, or C, decision trees?
I'm going to go with standard deviation. The further you deviate from not being a donor, the better.
Ruben? Agree or disagree?
That sounded pretty convincing, so I would go with agree.
Regression models predict the likelihood with scores such as major gift likelihood and annual likelihood. Again, no square awarded. Back to Ruthie.
Let's go with Clay.
Oh boy.
Hello, hello, Clay. True or false? In the United Kingdom, you can search for private company filings on Companies House website and get financial disclosures.
In the UK, I'm gonna say that is false. Because I don't think private companies are required to disclose their financials, and that is only available to investors.
Agree or disagree?
I never do UK research, so I'm just gonna agree with Clay.
UK requires public disclosure of private company financials, unlike the US, where private companies do not have to disclose the financials. Again, no award on the square. Back to you, Ruben.
I will
Please pick a
try
sliver.
Karen Osborne.
Karen, your question is true or false. Gifts to charitable organizations are searchable because gift giving is a public act of philanthropy.
Could you repeat the question again? I'm sorry.
Yeah, true or false? Gifts to charitable organizations are searchable because gift giving is a public act of philanthropy.
Absolutely. So the IRS requires nonprofits organizations to report top donors and for their tax returns, and then nonprofit tax returns are public, public information. So yeah, true.
This would be the donor, though, not the corporate, not the philanthropy.
Oh, the donor. True. I'm still saying true. I'm sticking with true.
Robin?
Yeah, I'm going to have to disagree. I don't think the general donations are typically available, and they could be if they reach a threshold, but not most of them.
Unless the donor agrees to public recognition, giving to an organization is private. This is why when you give gifts publicly, it is often dollar range, not a specific amount. Even when there is a press release, some larger naming gifts, they may not reveal the amount of the gift. Well, the IRS requires the charities to report. As Karen stated, that information is removed from the record and the personal information is not recorded.
Sorry,
Circle gets the
Ruben, I'm
square.
glad you recognized that I wasn't a good bluffer.
Circle gets a square. Ruthie, back to you. Pick a celebrity.
All right. I'm gonna go with, oh, I should block maybe with Jason.
Jason, back to you. Why do wealth ratings in Canada rely heavily on real estate?
Because it's quite cold in Canada, so information travels slowly.
Ruthie, agree or disagree?
It is cold. I would agree with that part, but overall, I don't think that's the right answer.
They do not. Real estate ownership is not public in Canada, but in the US, real estate ownership is, so we tend to lean heavily on it because it is available. X gets the square, and at this point, I must point that Ruthie and I have something in common. We both have 2 X's. Okay. Ruben, please pick a square.
Well, we'll have to go with Melissa to block.
Melissa to block. Melissa, your question, true or false? A trained prospect research professional with the right tools can provide a comprehensive profile on a prospect in less than an hour.
Oh, absolutely. Using that Google tool and combining it with iWave's results, you're done.
Agree or
Well,
disagree?
again, it would depend a little how you define comprehensive, but I'm going to have to disagree. I think it takes a little longer than that for a full profile.
Finding information mentioned to the prospect and making sense of all that takes hours, plural. Deep research can't be done fast. There is no magic machine that spits out accurate information. Circle gets the square. Ruthie,
All
back to
right.
you.
I'm gonna block, hopefully, with Marianne.
Marianne,
Yep.
in the US, what is the Edgar database used for?
Oh, Edgar. Edgar was this guy who made a database of all public SEC filings so that you can research public filings for securities and exchange documents such as proxies, annual reports, and whatnot. I used to know what EDGAR stood for. Who here knows what EDGAR stands for? And are you dating yourself when you do?
I remember it was electronic data, something.
Oh, someone might have it in the chat.
The Christina.
Ruthie, do you agree with Marianne?
I agree with Marianne.
EDGAR is the Securities Exchange Commission database of public company filings. X gets the square.
Woohoo!
All right, Ruben, pick a celebrity.
Well, let's try Clay Buck.
Clay Buck, back to Clay.
Oh dear.
Clay,
Yeah.
in the US, bonus became a bad word during the Great Recession. What additional compensation does a public company insider executive now get instead? Is it A, non-equity incentive compensation, B, equity incentive compensation, or C, other compensation?
A private rocket to space doesn't count.
It should, right?
Yeah.
I'm going to go with C, other compensation.
And the question again?
In the US, bonus became a bad word during the Great Recession. What additional compensation does a public company insider executive now commonly get instead? Is it A, non-equity incentive compensation, B, equity incentive compensation, or C, other compensation? Clay's answer was C,
It's
other
public.
compensation.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with public. I will agree.
You agree? Non-equity compensation.
Sorry,
Equity
Ruben.
represents
out of
ownership
three.
interests such as stocks options. So non-equity basically means cash, just like the old bonus. Other compensation is always perks such as private jet compensation or pesky additional taxes or life insurance.
Sort of like rejecting the null hypothesis.
Yes. Ruthie, pick a square.
All right. Oh, let's try Christina. We haven't done that side of the board much yet.
Christina, assess this question, if you will. An RFM score can help us prioritize donors. What does RFM stand for?
Besides radio FM, recency, frequency, and magnitude.
Ruthie, agree or disagree?
If magnitude also means monetary, yes.
That is correct. Recency, frequency, and monetary or magnitude. Donors who made recent gifts frequently and in large amounts are great donors. X gets the square.
We'll
All
give
right.
Cherian a try. Cherian.
It's a
Okay.
lot of pressure. It's a lot of pressure, Ruben.
A lot of pressure.
It is.
Cherian, question for you
Yes,
is
sir.
prospect research can assist organizations through the donor gift cycle. Name 3 of the moves in a typical donor cycle.
The donor cycle, huh? The donor cycle.
You're not giving them true or false stuff? What is this? You're gonna make them
This
come up
is-
with stuff out of the air?
Right?
I didn't write these questions.
So I'm gonna go with visit, discuss, and ask.
I'm going to disagree.
Ruben, I'm real convinced about this one. I don't know.
They're going to have to get up earlier than that to beat Ruben on this one. No, that is not the correct answer. The answers are acquire, identify, qualify, cultivate, solicit, and steward. Circle gets the square. And we have one block left and no questions. We'll make them up as we go at this point. You know, so, Ruthie, pick a star.
Think I might have to go with Clay.
Ask me
Clay.
something about Razor's Edge NXT.
Oh,
Clay, stock options always result in additional compensation to a corporate executive. True or false?
Say it again, Mark.
Stock options always result in additional compensation for a corporate executive. True or false?
I'm gonna say false. I have no humorous response to that. Sorry, just I got nothing. So
I pulled the question out of my pocket. So
yeah, you did.
Question is that? That's a Perry Mason question, trying to get Clay to confess all kinds of things.
I'm gonna agree with Clay. Why not?
Not always. Not all stock options result. If the stock continues to go down over the life of the status period, then no compensation is awarded.
Ruthie, I feel like I let you down twice now. Sorry.
That's okay.
Jen, I am out of questions. I don't know what you want me to do next.
I was gonna say, wow, Mark, I'm really impressed. I clearly underdid the questions.
The
Let's,
audience is sending in questions.
really? Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Okay.
Okay.
What
let's-
does APRA stand for?
All right, great question. Ruthie, I guess you'll have to pick Clay again. And Clay, the question to you is, what does APRA stand for?
I thought it was Ruben's turn.
Or excuse me, Ruben.
Yeah, I'll give Clay a chance.
What does APRA stand for? Is that the question? Truth, justice, and the American way. The Association for Prospect Research and Advancement.
I will agree with that.
I believe Circle gets the square.
There you go.
And we have a winner.
Yay.
Ruben, congratulations. 3 across in the middle.
Congratulations. Thank you guys for being such great contestants, even when we ran out of questions. So what did Ruben win? And clearly you can't do that when you have annotations on. So let's work that a little bit.
I know what Clay won. Clay won the right to stop having to answer questions.
Okay, let's go on to prizes. So, Ruben, you have won a pair of AirPods sponsored by iWave, built on next generation architecture. iWave's intuitive and easy to use prospect research and wealth screening solutions give access to the industry's highest quality and most comprehensive suite of wealth and philanthropic information, so you can determine who to ask, how much to ask for, and when to ask based on a prospective donor's capacity and inclination to give. And Ruthie, since you were so willing to jump in there, I think you deserve 2 swag bags. Thank you so much. So iWave has put together a swag bag of their goods for you, and then both of you will receive an I've Got Research Pride mug from the Prospect Research Institute. So originally I had considered making this 2 rounds, and then I decided to go easy on everybody on a Friday afternoon. And thank goodness, since we ran out of questions. So we are going to talk about what happens next with Apra Florida. They are the next event or the last event in this month-long Research Pride celebration. And they have a roundtable discussion plan for what I wish I knew when I first started. They've interviewed members and done some video shorts, so 5-minute-ish videos from their different members, and then are coming together and hoping you will join us on March 29th at 2 p.m. Eastern Time to do some roundtable discussions, the chance to get together with your peers. I just want to do a big shout out thank you to all of the celebrities that have joined us today. That was huge. You were jumping out there, but you guys are innovators. I knew it. So I'm sure that's why you were willing to attend. Thank you to our contestants. Special kudos to Ruthie for jumping out of the audience. And thank you to the audience for being active and participating today. That's all we have for you today. Thank you for joining us on a Friday.